What if I told you the Titanic wasn't found during a search for the Titanic? Sounds crazy, right? But it's true. Over 1,500 lives were lost when the Titanic sank in 1912, and it stayed hidden for 73 years. When it was finally found in 1985, the real reason behind the mission shocked the world. From secret spy missions to vanishing wreckage, here are 10 mind-blowing truths you've never heard about the Titanic's discovery. Buckle up, this will blow your mind. Number 1. It was all a secret spy mission. You probably think the Titanic was found by ocean lovers just trying to solve a mystery, right? Well, surprise! It was actually part of a top-secret US Navy mission. In 1985, the US government asked oceanographer Robert Ballard to find 2 missing nuclear submarines. The Titanic was just a cover story. They didn't want people to know what they were really up to. So basically, the Titanic's discovery was a bonus. After Ballard finished the Navy's secret job, they let him use the equipment for 12 more days. That's when he finally found the shipwreck. Can you believe one of the biggest historical discoveries came out of a Cold War spy mission? Talk about plot twist. Number 2. The Titanic wasn't in one piece. When the ship was found, people were shocked. They had imagined it as one giant ship lying at the bottom. But nope, it had snapped in half. The front part, called the bow, was still pretty intact and kind of beautiful in a creepy way. But the back part, or the stern, totally wrecked. Looked like it had been through a blender. And there was also a massive debris field. Think shoes, dishes, beds, suitcases, and even chandeliers, just scattered across the ocean floor. It wasn't just a shipwreck. It was like a frozen-in-time scene from 1912. And that made everything feel so much more real and heartbreaking. Number 3. The team wasn't ready for what they saw. When Robert Ballard and his crew saw the Titanic for the first time, they didn't cheer or high-five. They just sat there in silence. It wasn't just a shipwreck. It was a mass grave. Over 1,500 people had died there. The whole team felt emotional and kind of haunted. Ballard later said they didn't want to disturb anything. No souvenirs, no grabbing artifacts, just respect. Imagine floating through dark, freezing water and seeing shoes sitting side by side, like someone had just stepped out of them. Gives you chills, right? Number 4. The Titanic almost stayed lost forever. Finding the Titanic wasn't easy. It took over 70 years and lots of failed attempts. The ocean is huge, and they had only old records and guesses to go by. Some people even thought it would never be found. The ship had sunk over 2 miles deep, and that's deeper than Mount Fuji is tall. They finally cracked the code by looking for the debris trail, not the ship itself. Genius move. That trail led them right to the wreck. Just imagine playing hide and seek in the middle of the ocean and actually winning. Number 5. Robots did most of the work. No, it wasn't divers swimming down there with flashlights. The Titanic is way too deep for humans to reach without serious equipment. So they used a robot named Argo. It had cameras and lights and sent live footage back to the team on the surface. Later, more advanced robots took high-res photos, mapped the entire site, and even explored the tiniest corners of the ship. These robots made it possible to explore a ship that hasn't seen sunlight since 1912. Crazy, right? Number 6. The wreck is disappearing fast. Here's something shocking. The Titanic is slowly vanishing. Rust-eating bacteria, yep, that's a thing, are chewing through the material. Scientists say it might be completely gone within the next few decades. A century under the sea hasn't been kind to the unsinkable ship. That's why recent expeditions are racing against time. They're scanning, filming, and documenting every inch before it turns into dust. If you ever wanted to see the Titanic, now might be your last chance. Number 7. There's drama over who owns it. You'd think a sunken ship would belong to no one, but the Titanic has sparked tons of legal fights. Some companies want to bring up artifacts and even parts of the ship to display or sell. Others say, no way, it's a gravesite, not a treasure chest. Different countries have tried to protect it, and there's even an agreement between the US and the UK to limit what can be taken from the site. It's kind of like a war between history lovers and treasure hunters. So far, history is winning. Number 8. Titanic artifacts are in museums around the world. Even though the main shipwreck is protected, thousands of items have been recovered over the years. From fancy dishes to pocket watches, they've been cleaned up and are now shown in museums and exhibits. Some of them are even touring the world. Looking at these items is like stepping back in time. You see someone's suitcase, a child's toy, or a menu from the last dinner served on board. It reminds you that the Titanic wasn't just a ship. It was full of real people with real lives. Number 9. Movies and TV helped keep the story alive. Let's be honest, a lot of people only got interested in the Titanic because of the 1997 movie. But hey, that's okay. That movie brought a new generation into the story. It made people care, ask questions, and want to learn more. And it made the ship feel real. Since then, there have been tons of documentaries, shows, and even video games about the Titanic. They've helped keep the story alive and sparked new discoveries, too. History doesn't always have to be boring, and the Titanic proves it. Number 10. We still don't know everything. Even though the Titanic was found almost 40 years ago, there's still mystery in the water. New technology, like 3D scans and AI, is showing things we've never seen before. Secret rooms, strange breaks in the ship, and even new clues about how it sank. Some experts think we may have gotten parts of the story wrong. Others are using the data to prevent future disasters. Either way, one thing is clear. The Titanic is still teaching us lessons, even from the bottom of the sea. The Titanic's discovery wasn't just about finding a ship. It was about uncovering a piece of history that had been lost for decades. And behind the scenes, there were spies, robots, heartache, and science all mixed together. Now we know the truth. It wasn't just a lucky find. It was a journey full of secrets, smart thinking, and a whole lot of respect for the past. And the best part? We're still learning from it, and probably will be for years to come. If you loved this story and want more untold secrets from history, hit that like button, subscribe, and drop a comment on which Titanic fact surprised you the most. Thanks for diving deep with us.